Guys, welcome to the video. So now we'll be starting with shell scripting. It's from some basics to advanced we'll go, but we'll start with the big basic. Like we check shell, right? So we check shell. We check shell by echo dollar bash shell. So we specify bash shell, right? So why do we specify this shebang line to let it know that we are using bash interpreter? So what will happen if we don't give that? Will it execute or will it not execute? So let's run that. Executed with bash. Executed with dash. So it is executing without also without, like, if I don't give. So if I don't give anything, will it execute? I have a file without, right? So this is the file. If I execute this, if I don't give shebang, will it execute? Let's check. This is this script. Now let's see if it executes as such without executed without that, without shebang line also it executed. So if you don't give shebang line, then also the script will execute. But there's a catch here. So let's see the catch. Like, yeah, let's run this thing. Let's run. Like it is executing because by default it takes bash, because our shell is bash, right? So by default it takes shell as bash. So it executes in bash. So that's how it is. So and let's check this file and let's try to run that same thing. We should get error when we run this script. sh script without shell is giving error. Let's check bash. Bash is running and let's check dash. That dash is also not running. So why it ran there but why it is not running here? Because the script is different here. We have given array, right? We have given an array. So by default, bash supports advanced features such as array and all. But we that shell and dash does not support array in the same way as sh is more basic shell. Like shell is more of a basic shell. When you run the script with sh or dash dash, it encounters the array in the initialization, throws an error. It's a syntax error actually. So that's how it's a syntax error. So whenever we start any of the script, we try to specify bin bash, use it to show that we are using that interpreter, bash interpreter we are using. So like we saw, right, we saw at one occasion, right? This is the occasion, like we saw with this script. This script we saw, right? This is an array and shell doesn't support arrays, right? So advanced features it doesn't have, so bash has. So bash ran successfully but shell failed because we have not specified anything there at the top. That's why it failed. So you have to specify that bin bash we are running in that interpreter with interpreter bin bash, because if we see echo dollar this is the shell which we are running now. So this is shell which is running now. So you have to specify this. Like we are telling the computer that this is the interpreter which I am trying to run, and this interpreter which you have to take it at the top. You have to specify at the top. So we specify at the top. Yeah, so we are telling that indirectly we are telling that this is the interpreter. Use this interpreter and try to run the script. And it failed there because we have not specified any interpreter. What will happen if we give shell? It should fail. If we give this, it should fail. But let's check. Because it doesn't support this kind of operations, like it doesn't support arrays and all, so it will fail. So that's the reason we specify arrays like that. No, that's the reason we specify the interpreter at the top. So this is the interpreter. We're telling the computer that this is the interpreter and try to run the script in bash. And when we, even if we specify that, let's specify it, and let's make it to bash. Let's it, when we say bash, it would run. It runs successfully. So that's the reason we use bin bash at the top. Like that works as an interpreter for our scripts. So that's all about the video. I'll see you in the next video when we'll talk about variables and all. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.